welcome back. Um, so this one video I'm going to talk about a couple of different things here. The first thing I want to talk about is I want to give a really important message that I want to discuss. Um, just because there's a lot of been confusion out there, I think. I just want to clear some things up, a couple of things. Um, the other thing I want to talk about is I did get a really amazing vision of the new Earth when I was doing one of the Palladian exercises, and it was absolutely beautiful. I will describe everything that I saw. I had to write it down, so I took a bunch of notes here, and I will describe the best that I can because these things I would never imagine, but it was absolutely beautiful. And then I will include a couple other visions that I had. I'm trying not to include so many negative or end of world visions because I don't want to create a lot of fear for people. I don't want people to be put off by that. Again, I do believe, or I've been told, and I truly have that faith and love from our star family, from Sananda, from the angels, archangels, that there will be a group of us leaving first. I'm hoping I'm part of that. Of course, we all hope so. A lot of the things coming are going to be lessons for, I don't want to put lessons, I just more people, to get people awakened. So these events that are happening in the world are to get people to really awaken, move within, and stop focusing on what's on the outside because it's not important. So the first message, I really want to mention this. We are not all staying. We are not all staying on this planet. There will be groups, like I said, leaving. I've gotten 3 waves, 3 groups. I don't know the distance between them, how many months, or if it's a year or whatever. The last wave I get is more of an evacuation of this planet because the planet's going to go into a cleansing cycle, and it's going to go into kind of like a dormant period, like I said, because we're at the end of that master cycle. There's been a lot of confusion, many mixed messages out there. I know people have asked me about it, they heard from other starseeds or other light workers that we're staying here, that it's going to be years yet before we leave, or we're keeping the physical body. No, I don't. Okay, I'm not going to, tell anybody else they're wrong. That's their belief. They want to believe that that's okay. That's their choice. But I've always been told by Sananda, by the Galactics, the Palladians, the Arcturians, it's been in Dolores Cannon's books, that we are shifting. We are shifting, yes, but we don't take the physical body. We take our consciousness, our spirit body, mental bodies, okay? We take that with, but we don't take this physical vessel. It's not supposed to leave this physical earth. This physical earth stays. I know there's been mixed messages about this planet will change over to a higher vibration, higher frequency, or things are going to change and get better. And the thing is, this planet will go, like I said, into a dormant stage. It's supposed to. The third density, third dimension is going away. That means the physical is going away. In order for physical bodies to shift into a crystalline light body, that takes thousands of years. And obviously, we don't have that thousands of years. So the planet, like I said, is going to come to a halt, basically. Again, I'm not trying to put fear out there. I'm just trying to correct, I don't want to say that. That's not the right word. I'm just trying to clarify some things that I've gotten And we all have to use our discernment. And I expect people to use their discernment on my videos too. I don't expect people to, I expect everybody to follow what's in your heart and follow that. Because we're not all staying for this. There are going to be those who stay, light workers or starseeds, to help others, to help them get through these times that are going to happen, these events that are going to happen, this breakdown of everything, and then they will leave. Okay, so I do believe that, but I don't believe anybody has that right to say that we all have to stay, because we're not all staying. I don't believe that. I don't think that's fair to say that everybody has to stay and they can't leave. If I heard that from some other light workers or starseeds, because we each have a path. We each came here, as many of us as volunteers, to help this planet, and we all have had different missions. We're just like when you work, everybody has a different type of job. Some people do as a doctor, some people do as a teacher, some people do as a policeman, some people do as a lawyer, some people do, etc. So this is the same thing for us volunteers, and even not just that, but everybody else. We each have a different mission, so we each are guided on those missions while we're here. And so my only recommendation is just follow what's in your heart, and because that's what's most important. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. I don't want to go any further than that. I just wanted to clarify a little bit because I know there's been a lot of mixed messages out there, like I said again, and confusion of people saying, oh, everybody's got to stay. No, it doesn't work that way. It's like if somebody passes, right? You can't say, well, you can't die today, or you can't die until the year, whatever. Well, you don't determine that. That's somebody's fate. That's somebody's contract. So, okay, enough of that. So I want to go into the new Earth. I had asked to see the new Earth, and I saw many glimpses of it. And this was absolutely beautiful. I could just feel so much positivity and love there. So first of all, the new Earth already exists. The new Earth is in this space, but it's in a different dimension. Okay, so it's like in a different neighborhood, but it's in this space. It's a completely fourth density planet, which is heart chakra, which is a complete polarity of the positive polarity only. Because after you leave third density, you have to choose either service to self, negative, or service to others, positive, okay? Dark, light. That's the way it goes. So this planet will be completely fourth density. It is fourth density. Heart chakra, love of self, love of others, okay? And it is, like I said, in the fifth dimension, which is in this space, but it's just through a different window, okay? It already exists. Now I saw people already living there. And these are souls that have passed already, who were ready to shift to that fourth density. These are souls that have already ascended. They're already living there, okay? I was shown, first of all, these really, really tall, thin trees. They look like some of the trees in the Pacific Northwest, but they were about 1.5, twice the size. They were very tall. They had very similar things like Earth did. I saw streams of water. I saw butterflies that looked very different. There was just a lot of different vegetation too that were different. There was, I'll explain some of the things I did see with vegetation, but there were like other trees and it looked like a mixture of some tropical plant with some evergreen. There was all kinds of different things. So in these trees were many tree houses. I saw people living in them. And there were walkways that went between the common areas where they could go and do some meditation or healing. where they could eat, because there's still a little bit of food. It's like more of a higher energetic food. It's like I'll kind of explain one of the food items I saw in a minute. But so they living in these houses, tree houses. This is one group. You can choose how you wish to live. I saw other like little cabins, and these were made out of natural things from the earth. And so I saw, there was little cabins in the woods and things like that, so you could really choose what you want. And then I was shown a cliff overlooking the ocean, overlooking a sea, and there was like waterfalls coming out of the side of the cliff into the ocean. It was just absolutely beautiful. The water was I would say nice, beautiful blue. I mean, it looked so pure. What else? The other thing I saw a tree, a couple of trees I'll explain. One tree I saw had a bluish gray bark trunk, and they were bright bunches of leaves, green leaves, and bunches on the tree. And in there were these red fruits. They looked about they looked the size of an orange, but they were red. And in them were it was like a custard type fruit. It had custard in it, but it was full of the nourishment and that the body needed for that dimension, okay? Because yes, even in higher dimensions or higher densities, yes, beings have to have some kind of light energy. Either it could be liquid light, or it could be like light that gets absorbed through their skin or through the light body. So yes, you still have to have some type of nourishment. So this was one of the food items there. Another tree I saw had these, they look like upside down pyramid, okay, or triangular leaves, but they look almost like a little divot on the top, almost like a heart, okay? And they were peach colored, but they had an iridescent look to them, and when the wind was blowing, you could hear, it sounded like hundreds of crystal singing bowls going off. That's the best I could describe it. And people could come on there and sit under there, and it would be like healing energy to the light body, or to their spirit body, or their body that they have, okay? And I do want to remind, in these densities and dimensions, that when you get into a higher density, just because you're a light body doesn't mean, how do I explain this? You still feel physical. If you were to hug somebody else in that dimension or that density, you would hug them. They would still feel physical, but you wouldn't, how do I say, you wouldn't feel, how do I say that? You wouldn't get the physical pain or any things like that, okay? The other thing I saw, and there were other things there, like domes. They look like crystal almost, and that people could go in there and rejuvenate, or they could do certain things. People were teaching. It was just a really beautiful, oh, I can't even describe it. I wanted to go there immediately. The really interesting thing of the planet was there were the power supply, okay? No electricity, there was no wires, nothing like that. There were these about 5 foot tall, they look like the shape of a small evergreen tree, okay? But they were crystal. They were made of some kind of crystal, and they were all over the planet. And the light coming in from the central sun, or the energy from the sun, would be absorbed, okay, that's a better word, absorbed into these crystal type evergreen trees. And the light would go through it, and it would be like different colors of the rainbow, reddish, greenish, blue, and they would supply the entire planet with power. So you didn't have to use any type of electronics. Really amazing, actually. I never could imagine something like that. I saw ships coming and going from the New Earth. There were visitations happening by other beings. It was absolutely beautiful. So, again, I hope that this kind of cleared up some things. I will share some one more quick vision that I had, and I'll finish the video here. But there was one vision I wanted to share because it was very positive. It was very interesting. I saw a family, and a young husband and wife, and they were standing with their 3 kids, and they looked very young, maybe 3, 5, and 7. And they were standing in their driveway in front of their house, and the house was like a ranch style, kind of a bluish color siding, and they were waving to me. And I didn't know who they were, and then I realized I was looking through the eyes of this person they were waving to. And they were waving like goodbye, like this person I was looking through their eyes was leaving, they were going to go, okay? And all of a sudden, the family started to, it was like their bodies converged into a orb of light, and they just ascended. And then all of a sudden, the person that I was looking through their eyes, I felt myself going up too, and then changed into this ball of light. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought that, this is a lot how it's going to happen. I've been showing these things a lot because it's supposed to share these with people and explain how this ascension does take place. So I thought that was very interesting. So I will finish the video up here. I appreciate you watching. Please share the video, subscribe if you haven't. Check out my other videos. I appreciate it. Leave a comment. And then I will continue sharing more insight from the Law of One and videos and other visions as I get them. I appreciate, love you all. Thank you very much.